I think I may have arrived. I feel alive. Do you all feel alive? If you feel alive, say, I'm alive. Say, we are alive. Morris Brown is alive. Okay, we can get started. When the happy preacher shows up, Dr. Goodwin, to a graduation, to a commencement ceremony, you have arrived. So it's so great to see you here. It's nothing like having a hype man, so I'm going to try to create a little bit of hype. To the Morris Brown College family, Dr. Stanley Pritchett, to the members of the Board of Trustees, the President, the Chairman, Bishop DeVoe, to the Vice Chairman, Mr. Sonny Walker, to all the members of the Board of Trustees, the amazing faculty and staff of Morris Brown College. Give them a hand. To the alumni who are here, class of 1962, class of 1952, class of 1942? Yeah. I'm alive. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. I did not know that my middle school instructor, Dr. Goodwin, was 1962 graduate of Morris Brown College. I didn't know he was that old. He carried around a little happy paddle. He was a great disciplinarian and motivator while I was at Southwest Middle School. To the graduates, I congratulate you, for you are alive and ready to meet the world. I want to welcome everyone else, family and friends, people who love Morris Brown College, who love this community, to this great occasion. Again, I want to thank faculty and the Board of Trustees and Dr. Pritchett for conferring upon me the Doctor of Laws. I am the second person in my family to receive a Doctor of Laws. My uncle, who was the president of Miles College, a CME institution, received a Doctor of Laws upon becoming president of that institution. He is no longer with us in this earthly plane. It was a great inspiration to me. So I guess now there are two doctors in the house. My wife is a doctor, and she worked a whole lot harder for her doctorate than I did. I just had to stand up right here. But maybe I can win an argument at home now, because I have the doctorate. But I would not be here today standing before you, the graduates and all of you who are here in attendance. I would not be here as the president of the Atlanta City Council. I would not be here as an educated black man. I would not be here as someone who is able to offer his talents, his time, and his treasure to this community if it were not for Morris Brown College. Morris Brown College is probably the first college I ever set foot upon as a young man, as a boy, as a child in my mama's womb. So commencements are very funny things because in a strange way they mean kind of a happy conclusion, a happy ending to a long journey, and kind of maybe a somewhat apprehensive beginning of a new future. Usually the opposite is true. You're really, really sad to see something come to an end, and then you're really happy about a new beginning. But that's what makes commencement special. But this is really a happy conclusion that really is bringing forth a wonderful beginning. We're alive. We are indeed alive. I feel truly privileged to be here with you this afternoon as we honor the 2012 graduates of the historic Morris Brown College. As I alluded earlier, the Atlanta University Center holds a special significance in my family, and as many of us, including myself, are products of its member institutions. Perhaps more importantly, and certainly more significantly for this occasion, my grandmother was a graduate of Morris Brown College. I learned service from her. Also, my godmother, my godbrother, and my mother, who is here with me today along with my wife and my little one, are all graduates of Morris Brown College. Amen. So when someone was loving me, when someone was disciplining me, when someone was telling me what I did not need to do, and when someone was telling me that I could dream big, 9 times out of 10, it was a Morris Brown graduate uttering those words. So indeed, who I am today goes without saying. All that I have become is indeed a product of this institution. That's something to be proud of. Yes. I have a lot of fond memories of Morris Brown College as a young man, as a little boy. I'll leave out the adult part when I got to Morehouse. But the football games, the beautiful and enviable campus. I thought there was no more beautiful campus anywhere in the world than Morris Brown College's campus. It is indeed a jewel that we must continue to protect and cherish. I remember the fraternity plots as a little boy being mystified by what I saw. Of course, the plot that stood out the most was the plot that had this little symbol of Omega. And indeed, I think probably my favorite color is purple because of Morris Brown College. And indeed, my desire to become a member of the greatest fraternity on the planet. That's why I asked earlier for them to drink water for the dais so that those who are coughing would not have to cough too long. And those who are down and over in the peanut gallery as well. But indeed, I'm probably an Omega because I saw that wonderful plot as a little boy. The marching band. No, Pastor Eason, I'll just say, along with the marching band, I'll just say BBS. Because I don't want to say what I really want to say here in this pulpit. I do believe lightning does strike, but for those of you who know what BBS means, but little boy would not fall in love with Morris Brown College after seeing one of their performances. All of these memories are etched in my mind and made me feel so much a part of this wonderful school's heritage and sweet traditions. It made me look forward to going to college and having kind of this college experience. And indeed, it is indeed in part why I came to the Atlanta University Center and attended Morehouse College. I remember the shared stories that my godmother and my mother had about their experiences at Morris Brown College, about their time on campus, and how these cherished memories led to friendships that persist to this day. So I stand before you not just as City Council President, I stand before you as family, and to the graduates I call it a privilege to welcome you into a special family, to become the caretakers and sustainers of a hallowed hall of graduates. There was a quote spoken by Oprah Winfrey that I'd like to share with you. It reads, "Every time you state what you want or believe, you are the first to hear it." It is a message to both you and others about what you think and how what you think can indeed be possible. So don't put a ceiling on yourself. Oprah's quote reminds me of a recent comment from a friend who happens to be an executive with Black Entertainment Television. And he was telling me this rags to riches story, his story. And that story and its chapters were filled with platitudes and recounts of all of the courageous things that he had to do to become well-to-do. And so he had chapters about determination and hard work. But the chapter that really stuck with me and that I remember and even recite to this day is the chapter when he told me that you should never say anything about yourself that you would not want to be true. I'm gonna let that sink in, because the opposite is true. Always say something about yourself. Say anything about yourself that you indeed want to be true. That is the beginning of the process of self-realization, the process of manifestation, the process of taking thoughts and ideas and making them true and giving them form in the world. If you'll take a journey with me to the late 1800s, when Big Bethel AME layman student, wow, he was a layman in the church and he had this idea. Stuart Wiley proposed that an AME supported college be established in Atlanta. He believed that there was a need in this city for an institution dedicated to the moral, spiritual, and intellectual growth of Negro boys and girls. So in 1885, Morris Brown College opened its doors with approximately 100 students and 9 teachers. 100 students and 9 teachers. Does that sound familiar? Does that feel familiar? But we build bridges. You see, that small band of 100 students and 9 teachers were indeed faithful souls, pioneers, and believers in a dream that was spoken into existence. They were indeed beginners, and they were bridge builders. I believe we've got bridge builders sitting here before us today.
Yes, sir.
The initial belief of one man manifested itself into an institution of higher learning for African American students. Not too long ago, community leaders believed that despite past challenges, the historic Morris Brown College was deserving of a future. So they rallied and organized and helped to save this great institution. The very survival of this historic college, this great American treasure, is rooted in and articulated belief in what is indeed the possible. So I stand here today because I believe in Morris Brown College. I stand here today because I believe in you, the graduates. I am willing to profess that belief until it fully blooms and manifests itself into reality. The faculty and staff, the Board of Trustees, the AME Church, and the entire Atlanta community believes in you.
Amen.
And they profess it every day through the donation of their time, talent, and treasure. You're here today, I might assume, and I truly do believe because you too understand and believe that Morris Brown, that you have a great institution and that you can be a part of its future. And that you have the ability to overcome and push through obstacles to reach your goals and believe in yourself. I have to tell a quick story. There's a street that was recently named John Portman Boulevard downtown. It used to be called Harris Street. It's still called, technically, historic Harris Street. John Portman is someone who is an architect and was born over here on the other side of the train tracks in Atlanta. Went on to accomplish great things. World-renowned architect and developer, known more in Asia than he's known here. I had a chance to meet him on a chance meeting when I was a young man. And I remember he was the most humble person I'd ever met. And he was the most welcoming and inviting person I'd ever met. So we're having, 20 years later, this dedication of this street to John Portman. And I expected in his comments a lot of humility. And of course he did. He talked about how great our city is and how much it's given him and how thankful and grateful and humble he was to be able to be a part of the Atlanta experience and to contribute. But you know what he said in the very end? He said, I believe in Atlanta and I believe in its people. But most importantly, I believe in myself. Now that stuck with me. And in fact, it's changed even my attitude about how I go about doing things. Graduates, as you move forward, as you tackle what is before you, you gotta believe in yourself. I'm sure there are those among you who undoubtedly were told that you were crazy to enroll in Morris Brown College. Some of those around you probably said things like, don't you know what that school is going through? Do you really want to take a risk? Death abounds there. And if you go there, you will surely die. But I'm here to tell you that we're alive. We are indeed alive because from death and rumors of death and demise, hope and life springs eternal. For a dream to manifest itself, humility, confidence, and determination must exist in the same space. They must if a stated dream is to become a reality. So graduates, as you move out into the world, your humility will manifest itself in the form of service. And service is the way to influence. Giving to others is the way you will achieve influence and inherit the riches that you indeed believe are yours. Confidence in yourself is the avenue to action and excellence and achievement. And determination is what you need, because it will be a fight, but a fight you can win, and a fight that you will tell others you are going to win. There are those of you who returned to college as non-traditional students and were told that this day would be nearly impossible. But each of you sits here today proving the naysayers wrong. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be the one who wouldn't say so until he tried. These are the opening words of the poem, It Couldn't Be Done, by Edgar A. Guest. And these words can serve as a theme for your journey, not only matriculating through Morris Brown College, but certainly your journey into the world beyond. You believe that it could be done, and now you sit amongst your fellow graduates ready to take on the world. As you sit poised to learn from the trials and to leverage the triumphs of the last few years, I can assure you that you are indeed well equipped. You stand on the shoulders of those who have come before you, such as James Allen McPherson, who in 1978 was the first African-American recipient of the Pulitzer Prize in fiction. Eddie Henderson, the first African-American in Georgia to complete the requirements of a certified athletic director, and his name now is etched in stone over at the athletic field at Grady Stadium. And let us not forget the United States Marshal Beverly Harvard, the first female to head up the Marshal's office for the Northern District of Georgia, and the first female to be the police chief of a major urban city, the city of Atlanta. So your dreams are not necessarily waiting in some far-off land. Your dreams can even be here, as close as your community and family, as close as our city. These are the many graduates who have left the campus of Morris Brown College. These are the people who've come before you, and they don't expect that you would live in their shadows, but they want you to be inspired to rise to new heights. Like them, you have a unique mission to carry out to help improve the world around you. Like them, your time at Morris Brown College has more than prepared you to take on the challenges which lie ahead. So as I take my seat and prepare to close, I want to leave you with some guiding words to help equip you for the next wave of naysayers, the next wave of can't-doers, the next group of folks that will tell you to turn around and go home. Because they're going to cross your path, and they're going to be nipping at your heels while you're running and running fast to your dreams. They're going to always be there. So I'll go back to the words of the poem by Edgar A. Guest, as they will continue to ring true to you throughout your journey in life. And it reads, there are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin, just take off your coat and go to it. Just start to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Best wishes to the Morris Brown class of 2012. You are now a part of a rich tradition, a rich history, and a proud institution. I look forward to seeing you where your beliefs take you and manifest. Congratulations, and before I sit down, I want you all to say, we made it. Say, we made it. We made it. And to the shepherds and caretakers who have come and enveloped them in this circle of success. Family members, those who have fought and prayed alongside these graduates to ensure that their dream could manifest. I want you all to say again, we're alive. We're alive. And before I sit down,